Dianne Bari. I'm Ruth's youngest daughter. My sister and I welcome you today to celebrate Ruth's life. It's tough to summarize the life of someone who lived to be 91 and 7/12. Thank you, Jen. The fact that she lived to be nearly 92 both surprised and amused Ruth. She loved claiming the title of Great Granny. She had her share of both chronic and episodic health issues throughout the years and thought for sure that Dad would outlive her. About a dozen years ago, Ruth had an operation to remove some cancer. Her doctor looked at our worried faces and said, "I really don't think this is what's going to end your mother's life." And she was right. And Ruth did indeed live a long and fulfilling life. She was the heart of our home. She had a generous and loving spirit, and through her example, my brother, sister, and I were raised with solid Catholic values. She loved God and was forever faithful. Ruth always put others first. She excelled at worrying and never stopped being a mom. Even as adult children, whenever one of us would visit Mom and Dad, when we were leaving, she'd hug and kiss us goodbye and make us promise, "Call when you get home." And believe me, if you didn't call, she called you and scolded you for making her worry. The greatest portion of Ruth's life was spent in Arlington Heights, Illinois, where we were raised. She was among the first on the block to welcome newcomers. She entertained often, and she built quite a contingent of neighbors in joining her to put on an annual garage sale, a tradition that she led some 25 years, carried on by others after she and Dad moved to Minnesota. For a petite, unassuming lady, Ruth was her own grand powerhouse. She was incredibly strong and resilient. She maintained a positive outlook on life, and her warmth enveloped others during good times and bad. She won people over without even trying. She was generous, loving, and kind, and you enjoyed being in her company. Expressive and easy with compliments, she had a way of making you feel special and cared for. Her humor was sometimes cheeky and irreverent, which usually caught people by surprise, but it was also what endeared her to others. And she enjoyed friends of all ages. Even as her sun was slowly setting this past year, and our own sadness was creeping in with anticipation of losing her, she kept others buoyed and found things to laugh about every day. Ruth had a great love of animals and nature. Henry David Thoreau and his contemporaries believed nature to be the outward expression of inward spirit. She enjoyed worshiping here at St. John Newman for its beautifully decorated altar and the woodsy backdrop. Ruth enjoyed nature one last time recently when we spent one of those warm early April days on the patio, marveling at the height of the trees, the return of the birds, and the cloud formations above our heads. She turned her face to the sun and napped off and on for a few hours to the sound of the cardinal's song. You may or may not know that cardinals are birds that mate for life. During what would be Mom's final hour, Susie and I raised the blind next to her bed, because she always liked to look out on the woods. It was sunny out, and within a few minutes, a bright, robust cardinal appeared and peered in the tree and peered into the window. We felt certain that the cardinal was dear old dependable Dad, who had come to take Mom to heaven. It was then that she took her last breaths and the cardinal flew away.